So, Judy, you have a bunch of knitters here behind us that you have organized to do some really great projects for the community. Tell me why you really wanted to start this knitting group to give back to the community.
A year ago, my mom died of dementia Alzheimer's. She was at the pavilion, and I was retiring, and I anticipated that my retirement would be taking care of her. Much to my surprise, I found myself without a retirement plan. So I thought, well, what could I do to honor my mom, because this would be mom time. So I grew up knitting with my mother. And so I started a knitting group in honor of her.
And your first project was actually very connected to your mother because you decided to give back to those at the pavilion. Tell me about what you guys, your first project, what you knitted for members of the pavilion.
We knitted shawls and lap blankets. Lap blankets because there are so many patients there in wheelchairs. And so it was at Christmas time, and all of the ladies made shawls or lap blankets, and we wrapped them individually in bags with tissue paper and bows and brought them over to the pavilion. And it was a great success because many of the residents that are there don't have visitors and don't have a Christmas gift. And they were able to first give those to those in need and then give any left over to those who would most benefit from it.
Isn't that wonderful? Did you hear a lot of feedback from residents who received the blankets?
Oh, yeah, and it was from the people who were there to watch them get it. It was very touching. And they all remembered my mom, those who could, but the staff also remembered my mom. So it was really nice.
So meaningful,
Yeah.
so meaningful. And then you continued. You didn't stop there. You wanted to keep going. You pick a new project every month. Tell me a little bit about the teddy bears that you guys have been making sweaters for and putting together.
Well, one of our members, Derek, had brought in a teddy bear, and he recommended that we do some teddy bears for the police department because other communities do that. So I went over to Barnstable Police, and they said yes, they could benefit, they could use them. And so our group, as an ongoing project, makes sweaters for the teddy bears. Well, when the library saw our teddy bears, they said, oh, we could sell those here. Would you donate some to us so that we could sell? Because a great portion of our funds to run the children's library, we have to raise ourselves. So they now have a teddy bear sale ongoing from the bears, of which we make the sweaters.
What a great giving back, because the library, this does not cost you to be here.
Not at all.
You're giving back to the library, but at the same time making sure that children in distress at the Barnstable Police Department that may interact with the police department have something comforting in that time of stress. And you guys continue, and each month you pick another project. What are some of the other projects you guys have chosen?
Well, I chose the first project, and as a group we chose the broad overriding project being the bears. But each person every month to have ownership of this group, because it really is about all of us. Each person chooses a project. In January we did hats and scarves for the RFK Center for Adolescents. And we are now doing baby blankets for the Baby Center, of which you can see this is only 1 week's donation. April, we're doing hats for Alzheimer's. The Alzheimer's Family Support System Center from Brewster is having a big walk in Harwich in May. So we as a group are going to be participating in that walk, knitting for a cause walkers, and we're knitting a hat and donating a hat for all the walkers.
Wow, that is so amazing. You know, it must feel really good, at least in grief, to be able to put that energy into something really positive and to give back to the community. And not only that, but just to develop this community of people who gather every week. You guys gather here at the Centerville Library every week. What do you most take away from this experience?
That, two things. One is that I look at the group every week and I see us all knitting the same thing for the same purpose. And it's all volunteer time for that. I also appreciate the camaraderie and support we each give each other.
You know what? I never had the time to knit because I worked full-time forever. And so now this gave me an opportunity to meet other people, and I said, let me try this. And I learned something. But we have a great connection. Yeah. Just connected. Everybody has a different expertise, and they're all so accepting. And we're doing this for reasons.
Right, which makes it more fun, I think, to have a reason to do it.
It does. Just got some donated yarn that I'm recycling.
We were at Judy's one night knitting. Her husband came in, and it was at the time they had that awful tragedy at the high school there, and with the two little kids, and he said to us, the bears probably went to those two little kids.
Yes.
And with this finger, there's
So much unsettling going on in the world right now that it's really good to be able to know that we're doing something positive for our local people, for people we live with, that we're helping them too. It's a very good feeling.
We just help each other along. And that's life.
Okay, I was unaware of that.
Sure, Pat's never knitted before.
No, I never knitted before.
No.
But she's learning fast.
I wouldn't call myself a knitter.
This is the most welcoming group I've ever met. I'm a quilter, I don't know how to knit. And they are teaching me.
Thank you so much for having us today and telling us all about Knitting for a Cause. We really appreciate it.